So this is Michelle. So your body position is pretty good, meaning you're riding high in the water or in the same line as your upper body. On your left arm recovery, you can see how your arm sort of swings up like that. When you do long distance swimming, that'll wind up putting a bit of extra strain on your shoulder. So what you would want to try to work on is keep your hand below your elbow as you're recovering, or as you're bringing your hand back around to start the next stroke. So not so much on the right side, so that's all right on the right. If you notice how your hand enters, and then you're pretty much reaching out in front of you, your hand is entering, and then you're immediately starting your stroke. Now it's good to start your stroke once you've extended fully. What I think might be a little smoother, or might make you slightly more streamlined, is if you were to enter just a little closer to your head and then extend forward. Work on that extension like we talked about. So when you work on extension, that will also help your streamline or your body position. But comfortable breathing, that looks good. From this angle, what we look at is what do your hips and legs do. And so you notice that you have a bit of extra motion to your hips and legs. So they're staying in the same line as your upper body. That's good. That extra hip motion might be coming from thinking about pushing with your hip to rotate. In my view, if that's the case, in my view, you don't need to do that. When you work on your extension, extending fully in front of you will help your streamline or your rotation. The kick look good. Something I notice is that sometimes your feet are dorsiflexed, meaning like a running position. So if you have ankle inflexibility, working on ankle flexibility will certainly help. So underwater, notice how your hand enters, sort of starts going down, and then you pull back. So if you could just extend a little forward on each of those, and then try to start your catch, that's gonna help you cover a bit more water with each stroke. The actual mechanics of your stroke is mostly what I would call a straight arm pull, meaning you're sort of pulling straight down, and then you get a bit of internal rotation as your hand is midway or your arm is midway. The issue with that is that initial pulling motion, that first third of the pull, winds up mostly pushing water down and doesn't really do a whole bunch for moving your body forward. That's why I was talking about high elbow catch. That's why I would advise you to try to work on the high elbow catch. It provides you more leverage. It gives you more leverage through the water. So here we look at what sort of line do you pull. So the actual line that your hands are taking is good. No problems there. It's just that actual angle of your forearm relative to your upper arm. So here I had to do fingertip drag to work on that elbow recovery, high elbow recovery, keeping your hand below your elbow, and that'll just help with some streamline. I know this wasn't comfortable for you, but if you work on this, it could help with your recovery. Again, the reason being, if your arms swing way up high or way out, you wind up with a little bit of shoulder fatigue later in the races, which you want to avoid. So when you do this, you want to do normal stroke timing. So completely normal timing, just trying to drag the very tips of your fingers through the surface of the water.
This is normal timing, trying to think about high elbow on the recovery and then extending forward.
And then here I had you trying to work on reaching more forward as you entered. So you're doing a better job of the hand entry point, but see how you're still reaching down. So you want to enter and then reach directly forward, only just a few inches under the surface of the water.
There you go. Now we're just
That's
working
better.
on the extension underwater.
Very good. See that? So when you can get a bit more reach out of each stroke, you're going to cover more water or more ground with each stroke. Now you don't have to enter your hand right by your head. A few inches in front of your head is okay. So underwater, so you hand enters, you go right into the pull. So notice that angle of the forearm and the arm here, they're in the same line, so this is a straight arm pull. So that first part up until right there has a lot of that was just pushing the water down or pushing your body up. So if you can get that high elbow up. Catch-up drill and one-arm drill are the really good ones for working on high elbow. The tech paddle, which I think I sent you in the email. And then left arm. So hand and arm enter together. You start pulling down. And that's mostly a straight arm there as well. So that's going to be the biggest room for improvement. Extending forward as much as you can, and then working on the high elbow catch technique, also called the early vertical forearm. There's a lot of videos that you can watch on high elbow catch. And I hope that helped.